Welcome to New England Newsmakers. I'm Sarah Zapp. The world of space travel is changing right in front of our eyes. NASA has announced an ambitious new space exploration program, and plans for the next generation of spacecraft are underway. You'll hear some of the very latest and what it means for you and me from a former NASA astronaut who's flown 5 space shuttle missions. But first up, a bold new initiative from a few daring minds, some of them here in New England. The newly formed 4Frontiers is on a mission to open a small human settlement on Mars within 20 years or so. And your chance to see what it may be like, maybe coming to a city near you. One of the co-founders, Vice President of Operations for 4Frontiers Corporation, Joe Palaia, joins us now. It's a tricky last name, Palaia, right?
Palaia, you got it right.
Let's talk about this a little bit. When we take a look at the surface of Mars, basically people at home think, this is a red planet. It's awfully red. We're not quite sure what's going to go on out there. What makes you think that this is the next frontier to settle and explore?
Well, believe it or not, despite the apparent differences, Mars is more similar to Earth than any other location in the solar system. And it has all of the key resources that we need in order to make it a new home for humanity. So it has a lot of these things that other locations lack. It has carbon, has nitrogen, has hydrogen, and all of the key elements and minerals you need for industry.
You know, we can look at the surface right there of the planet. How do you begin to really test how viable a human settlement actually might be there?
Well, the first thing that you do is what we did as our first step, which is you complete a feasibility study. So we pulled together a key team of engineers, scientists, enthusiasts, and we really examined the feasibility of this settlement. We had developed concepts in each of these different technical areas and had the people work together and integrate those concepts into our overall settlement plan. And the net result of this was that we have decided that based on that data and all the information we have, this is feasible. We can do this. So
you've got this company that you formed, 4Frontiers. I think it's actually based in Florida. A former manager with Intel is your CEO right now, is that correct?
That's correct, Mark Homnick.
And you have this big team of you guys, a lot of them MIT guys like yourself there. How do you go forward with something like this and decide, okay, this is a way that we can make money, this is a way that's something that's feasible?
Well, that's the key aspect, is we have to break this down into chunks that are fundable, that we can fund. We have to find revenue streams associated with the development path and ancillary revenue streams. And we have developed a comprehensive business plan which focuses really on 3 elements. It focuses on public outreach, building this outreach and research center where the public can come through and really get a feel for what this might be like. And that'll generate revenue, and there's all kinds of revenue streams associated with that.
And we're going to talk about some of that coming up. This is a real look at the settlement here. You're actually going to build one outside of a major U.S. city somewhere.
That's correct.
What about the other 2 ideas that you guys are coming up with? Doing enough research about Mars and then being able to do some consulting, working with governments or other private companies with some new space technology.
That's correct. The other two key aspects of our business plan is this research and this consultancy business. And we feel that in terms of the research, we need to do this research anyway in order to go to Mars. There's all of these technologies and systems which we need to develop and engineer, and it's engineering that we know how to do, but we need to do it. And so there's also all these possibilities associated with that for generating revenue. There are a lot of people out there now that are looking at doing things in space, doing things on the moon, and so we think, you know, especially also with the President's Space Initiative, we think that there are ways that we can fund some of the development work we need for Mars.
Real quick, when we take a look at, there have been different spacecraft that have, orbited Mars, trying to take pictures, trying to gather, soil samples or whatnot. Where are we at right now in terms of the technology and what we've discovered that makes you think this is a place where we can live? There's always is there life on Mars kind of big question out there.
Well, we have actually a very great amount of data from the surface. We know what the composition of the soil is, we know what the composition of the air is, we have an idea about the radiation environment, we know what the gravity's like, and we're hopefully going to find some liquid water buried under the ground in subsurface aquifers. And so we have a great amount of data, and all of this data points to one thing, that settlement is feasible. that all of the tools we need, all the materials are right there ready for us to make use of.
And we're going to take a look at that. And when we come back, your first-hand look at what this settlement will look like and how you could get a chance to walk through it and experience it for yourself. Stay with us.